Good afternoon and welcome to Windy Hill Kennel. Well, it's a miserably cold day in Ohio, so we're down in the basement, which we would be anyway with these little guys. So we're down here with Pearl's kids. If you have not seen their video before, these guys are our Christmas Day puppies. They were born on Christmas morning, and we received 5 little kids. So there are 4 that are cream or a kind of a really light buff. And there is one that is a black. So I thought today I would go ahead and tell you the story on this litter. I haven't told it online yet. I wanted to make sure that everybody was going to grow and do well, and we just kind of left it alone. So Pearl had these on Christmas morning, and we noticed late in the afternoon that I thought she still looked a little bit big. And I wanted to make sure there was no puppies left in there. So we did some palpations on her, and we examined her, and sure enough, we found a set of back feet. So we were not able to get the puppy out, and there was no way to get anybody on Christmas night. So she was comfortable and doing well. So we called the vet the next morning about 6 o'clock, and we headed off for the vet for an emergency C-section, probably. Pearl was still comfortable, wasn't showing any signs of anything. And when we got there, we x-rayed her, and sure enough, there was one puppy still in there. The vet said she didn't like the way it looked. She thought we should do a C-section to make it easier on Pearl. And I said, well, do what you got to do. So we left Pearl with the vet, and we went just kind of hanging out in Coshocton, went to eat, went to Walmart, all the normal junky stuff, kill time. And we got a call from the vet, and she did do a C-section. She said, it doesn't look good. And I said, well, if you think she's not doing well and is not going to do well, then why don't you put her to sleep while she's on the table? And she said, no, she made it through surgery. Let's give her a chance. And I said, that's fine. And so when I got in the office, she began to tell me what she found when she went in to do the C-section. And apparently the number 6 puppy that was the last one to be born at the head of the horn of the uterus had died approximately, she thought, between a day and 2.5 days before the litter was born. Her uterus had started to decay. The puppy was dead, of course, and had started to decay. Her intestines were shutting down, and she said, I don't think it's going to be any use, but I think she should stand a chance to try it. I know. So we brought her home on IVs and antibiotics. We treated her that day, during the day. We kept her warm on a heating pad, out of drafts. Are you going to lay on the floor? Okay, fine. And by evening, she passed. So we lost Pearl on the day after Christmas. So after that, it was bedlam around here that last week. And so what happened was, I became a temporary mom on a bottle and was feeding puppies with a bottle. So Nikki, who bless her little heart, had her puppies the day after Christmas while I was at the vet having a C-section. And I talked it over with Nikki when we got back and showed her the babies and asked her what she thought. And she immediately started licking them, cleaning them. And she said, put them down, Mom, I'll take them. So Nikki doesn't weigh 10 pounds. So I gave Nikki 5 more puppies on top of her 6 puppies. And I still set in the evening like 4 times a day, and we bottle fed the smallest. Henceforth, these guys have done really well. I'm not bottle feeding them anymore. Are you coming to the edge of the table? You're gonna. You can actually still see a little bit of the fingernail polish. I had marked the ones that I was bottle feeding that were the smaller of them. And the puppy that we had last week on the video, we were still in the middle of trying to get people microchipped, not microchipped. And so the conclusion that Vanessa and I have come to, when they were born, Nikki had 2 blacks, Pearl had 1 black. Vanessa swears. So I told her, I said, I'm going to blame this one on you. So Vanessa swears that the puppy I put in the video last week, the little black one that did not have a microchip, she said we didn't chip it because it was Nikki's, and Nikki had 2 teeny ones. One was a chocolate merle and one was a black. So The one we showed you last week in Nikki's pictures, the little black female with the white spot on her chest, is Pearl's baby in actuality. Vanessa thinks, and I think it is, and Vanessa's whispering behind that camera looking at me right now going, I know it is. So Vanessa swears it is, and I don't, because it was such a crazy first 4 to 5 days with all these babies home, trying to bottle feed, making sure that Nikki was amply fed. Nikki's getting 2 big slices of liver in the morning, a big heaping tablespoon, I think 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese. She was getting a little bit of raw hamburger about the size of a golf ball in that, and also some fenugreek, which fenugreek herbs actually help her produce more milk. And so I'll tell you what, we've been packing the calories in that little girl, plus giving her calcium on top of it. And she has done phenomenal. I mean, she's took them all. You go in and look. I'll have to put a picture on the website. I've taken some with my photos. There's days that we see her, she's standing up, or I'm sorry, sitting up with her front feet up, and they're spread out in this circle like a chicken with a bunch of chicks. And when she lays down, she actually flips and flips and flips. So her boobs are almost up in the air, and then they can all get to her. But we still are feeding the little black one that belongs to Nikki. And so everything with it, it's up to, when I started bottle feeding, it was 2.1 pounds. We are now up to 6.4 ounces. And, no, not 2.1 pounds, 2.1 ounces. And it's now up to 6.4 today before it's bottled. So right now, I am mom 4 times a day. Nikki takes care of it overnight. And it is nursing a little bit off of her during the day. But with 11 kids, this is like old Mother Hubbard in a shoe. It gets pushed out a lot. So I do bottle feed it 4 times a day, sometimes the 5th time before I go to bed. And you have to burp it. When you bottle feed a puppy, you got to burp it. Even though we're using a 0... We've got an extra preemie nipple, super small. It's as tiny as you can get that on a Doc Roy bottle, which any of you that have to ever bottle feed, Doc Roy bottles are the bomb. They have a automatic funnel in them that keeps them from having to take any air in. They don't hardly have to burp very much. So these guys are kind of our miracle babies on Christmas Day. You know, what is it, Miracle on Christmas Day? This was our miracle on Christmas Day. We really, really miss Pearl. She was such a sweet dog. This was her first litter, and she had a phenomenal litter. You'd have never known she had all that going on in her body with the puppy that had died. And so we're really going to miss her. I don't think we'll ever have another one like Pearl. She was so sweet. So I'm going to go through today. We're going to show you how much they've progressed. They are getting so fat, and they're really doing good. No issues whatsoever. Did I put her on the boy end? I did. This is a girl end, right? Yep, it's a girl end. So I guess let's get started. But I wanted to tell you the story of Pearl. Pearl isn't here. We might eventually, I don't know whether we're going to always do Pearl's litter separate from Nikki's or let them all, do them all together. I'll probably do a video and let you watch her with them, at least a quick video, and stick it on when I can catch her. Sometimes in the evening when she's spread out sleeping under the heat lamp. That's the other thing, we put a heat lamp on them, because with puppies, if they're cold, they pile on top of each other. If they're warm, they lay comfortably on the floor, they spread out a little bit, they don't have to touch each other. Until they're 2 weeks old, they cannot control their body temperature. So whatever temperature they're laying on, that's the temperature they're going to be. So for many of you watching, I'll tell you my big secret. I've kept this secret for years and years. So the reason my puppies lay quietly on this table, there is a heating pad 2.5 foot long underneath this table cover. So if you raise puppies, some lady asked me years ago when I was about 5 years into the kennel, how do you keep your puppies so quiet? I said, I'm the dog whisperer. But that's not. That's my secret. There is a heating pad under here. So it's nice and warm. Without this, These puppies would be crying. If they get too hot, they're going to cry and crawl off. So a heating pad is your best friend. So there, people, there's your answer how I did puppies laying down on a table. So let's get started. All right, so we are, let's see, let's do her first. So this is the female, and she's got a white spot under her chest, just like the other one did. And I know I see you peeking at me. How you doing? How you doing? This is gonna be a phantom. She's getting her brown eyebrows above her eyes. And this is 9005. Now I looked this up before I did this. They're 2 weeks and in 2 days. That's what I thought. I looked it up on my phone. So they're 2 weeks and 2 days. So we wanted to make sure they were gonna do well. Nikki was gonna do well because I was not thrilled about having to bottle feed this many all the time. I've done it. It's not fun. It's not fun. No, it's so cute. She's got a little goatee under her chin. She's got, let me flip her backwards here. You're all right. She's got a big white strip down her chest. You can see the brown. She says, it's a holdup. You can see the brown under her legs. I know you're CB. You're CB. Let me see what she weighs. I'm going to be really mean and lay you on this cold scale. I'm so sorry. You're so nice and toasty warm. Okay, here we go. 10.8, nope, 11 ounces. Oh boy, have you gained. Good job, baby. Good job, baby. All right, that's a female. Let's go this end. This is a female. She says, I'm seeping. Does that look like a little polar bear or what? I know, yeah. They're not really snow white, not like Pearl was. Pearl was tide white. What they say, that bright white tide? Pearl was a bright white. And this one is probably the whitest, and her face is really bright white, but her back is a little bit more off-white. I don't know if she'll stay as bright white as Pearl. This is 8802. She's going to have black eye trim around her eyes. She's going to have a black nose. It's almost black, not quite, but it'll get there. It's getting there. Okay, I'm sorry, it's cold. 9.4. Nope. Oh, okay, I won't touch you. 9.6. All right, I'm going to lay you down here. We're going to lay you on this side. We're going to smash you together, okay? All right, you're stretching. You're going to move? No. It says I'm sleeping. Okay, this one is, see, this is how they get dopey when they're warm. They really don't care. Oh, you're a boy. You're on the wrong end. That's a boy plumbing. All right, so we got a boy. Boy plumbing. He says, I'm so warm. Yeah, when I'm warm and my belly's full, I'm just totally content. Oh, come on. There it is. 8808. Your eyes are open when you wake up. Can you wake up? All right, let's wake up. Yes, let's wake up. There comes those peepers. It says, what do you want? I know, hi there. This one has a white dot on his head. You can see a little bit more of a butterscotch color up here and a little bit of butterscotch on the back of the head. There, he's awake. He says, I don't want to be awake. Wake up. Wakey, wakey. Okay, let's lay you down and see what you'll weigh. This one is 12.6. He says, woo, that woke me up really quick. I was cold. You want to go back to sleep? Yes, you do. Those eyes are closing. All right, we're going to put him down. There you go, Pumpkin. You can see the difference in these two. This one is going to be much smaller. That's the other thing when you're looking at these and I do the videos and you're long distance. Look at the width and the diameter of the head. You can tell a big story on the size of a puppy by the diameter of the head. These two puppies are going to be the smallest. This is the largest. These will be the next two. There's a little bit of difference between the skulls on these two. Not a lot, but there's enough that you can tell these are going to be bigger. All right, let's go this route. Oh, another female. Oh, stretch. Oh, there you go. You're going to wake right up. This one has another butterscotch face. Almost big enough we can shave your eyebrows. It's poking you in the eye, and you are getting a little bit of goobers on you. So we'll shave their faces today after we get everybody's videos done. She's got a little white spot on her head. Her head is a butterscotch color. Does that mean she'll turn butterscotch all the way back? She could. I would say in all probability she will. Because you can see where that butterscotch kind of blends and stops about here. I have a feeling eventually you'll see the butterscotch down the back. But being Pearl's first and only litter, I don't know what to tell you. 8803, but I can see more butterscotch under here than I can this white color like is on this face. This one is really a lot whiter. Could it turn butterscotch? It could. It doesn't show signs of it right now, but they're still really young. They're just 2 weeks old. All right, sweetie, let's see what you weigh. Oh, don't say goodbye. I didn't get it in time. No, you need your nails cut. That's your, we're gonna take pictures. Oh, she says, just let me go back to sleep. She's slowly shutting those eyes. So when she goes upstairs and we do photos, we're gonna cut nails. All right, we are 11 ounces on the button. Ooh, that's cold on that scale. Golly sake. Oh. Okay, I turned that off a little bit ago. We're going down here. It's still warm on this end. Okay, this one is the male. I think he's a male. Yep. You're the little squirt. Yep, you're the little buff-colored squirt. Little guy is, also has a white spot. And he has, you need a bath. Well, now that their eyes are open, we can give him a bath finally. So, I don't know if he's going to turn butterscotch all the way back. He's just like the other one. He's butterscotch on his head, but I don't know about the back. All right, let's see. What's your chip number? I think I chipped you. I did 8804. But yeah, your toenails are really scratchy. Usually you can catch the blanket and yeah, I made little tracks across it. All right, let's see what you weigh. 9.0. And we haven't wormed these guys yet, right? Okay, so today is not their lucky day. We're gonna worm them, shave their face. I probably won't give them a bath today. We don't have time. I'm gonna shoot pictures. I don't know when I'll have all the photos on, but I will try and get them on by tomorrow. We have Bible study tonight, and I don't know if I'm gonna have time, but I'll take the pictures today. I just may not get them on until tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed their photos. And like I said, in all honesty, I really wanted to tell you about Pearl. That way everybody gets a story at one time. I don't have to tell every individual person that buys a puppy. And, you know, I like to keep you what is going on with the litter, whether it's the mom or the puppies. And I'm kind of an open door. I tell you good, bad, and ugly. And that was an ugly, and it was a bad. So unfortunately, you know, we've done this 32, 33 years. You're going to have something sometime. You're going to have an issue sometimes. You cannot raise puppies. I don't care. You don't know how Mother Nature is going to do. And that's the deal with raising small litters, the little tiny ones. I'm not a fan of doing teacups at all. And I don't ever want to do teacups at all. Too many C-sections. I will not C-section a mom just to have a litter of puppies. I'll only C-section a mom if there's an emergency and we have to take one out that's either sideways, breech that has a leg the wrong direction that absolutely cannot be delivered. But once we do a C-section, that's the last litter I'll let that mother have. And then we actually have her spayed. And when she's finished with her litter, then we place her with rescue. We use Tri-State Rescue out of Maryland. I really, really like them. We send all of our girls to them. I don't have time to critique every client that calls me and wants to have a free dog. So I give them to Tri-State Rescue. She makes people fill out applications. She follows up for 2 years on the dog. And that's her job. I don't have time to do that. And I really like it because she usually gets a list of people waiting on Windy Hill puppies because we retire ours at 5 years old. And I can tell them the good, bad, and ugly about every dog, what they like, what they don't like, who's an alpha. So I really, 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 her name is Debbie Wolf, and I really like sending them to rescue. We've got a couple leaving this year. Roxy's leaving this summer. I think Dory, this is Dory's last year with us. I did just place Cinder. Cinder and Judy just went to rescue. So this is the year that we've got several new girls that we've raised for the last year that are going to have puppies this year for the first time, that are out of the dogs that we have retired. Not out of Judy or Cinder, but I think we have four Chamois daughters and a couple of Story's daughters out here. And Story is now with us. She was with my girlfriend, and we took Story and one of my girlfriend's males when she retired from doing schnauzers. So we've got some new dogs that are going to have puppies, and we've got some that we just bred that we'll be putting on the expected litter page. And so we'll just kind of go from there. And some of these, unfortunately, I didn't get pictures of until we've only had them about 53 days, and I didn't have weather to get pictures. So you're going to get some odd pictures on the parents page because my deck isn't pretty. It's full of leaves and junk, and we'll probably shoot them on the groom table or down here and hang probably a drop cloth off and shoot them down here if we can and get some pictures. So I hope you have a great day. Tomorrow is hump day. We're on the way down the hill. So have a great day. I hope you enjoyed their videos, and call me if you have any questions. Please don't email me. If you do, it's going to kick you back a response that says, please don't email me right now. We're trying to hire a new part-time person to add to the group. We're not firing anybody. We're just adding if we can. But I'd like to have more people than we have right now, especially with all the grooming and the baths and the toenails and the paperwork and the kennel and you name it. I'd like to have that. I may not get it. I'm like everybody else. There's help wanted signs everywhere. So have a great day. These guys are doing super good, and we'll see you next week.